put it more in front of you there.
Okay.
Let me know, are we ready?
Yeah, are you guys ready to go?
Yep.
Oh, because we can chat on air.
It's been a long time since I used to have my own radio show in Texas.
Oh,
Two of
yeah?
them, actually 2 of them.
That's
For the
amazing.
chamber, and it's been 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure my mic's not blocking your face.
Yes, she needs her own show, the Caldwell Chamber show. Ta-da.
That'd be fun.
Okay,
Okay, where's the volume? I need a little bit higher.
testing.
better?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
good.
okay?
That's good.
You're good, Mikey.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Oops, let me get on the right page. Okay.
Just so you know, if you bump the table, the mics pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one guy doing this during the show.
Oh my
We're like,
gosh.
all right, here we go. Okay, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us at Treasure Valley Talk today. Our show is focused on business, politics, church, and organizations that are shaping our community. Thanks. That's the first time I've ever had to redo. I'm like, what is this? Okay, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us at Treasure Valley Talk today. Our show is focused on business, politics, church, and organizations that are shaping our community. We have fabulous guests every week, and if you are interested in being a guest, give me a call at 866-2516. You can also visit our website at www.treasurevalleytalk.com. And as always, I'd like to throw some love to our sponsors today: Middle Creek Dental in Nampa, Idaho; Dr. Sean Christensen, Idaho Custom Ironworks, also in Nampa, Reed Young; Caldwell Chamber of Commerce, Theresa Hardin; and Signs and Designs to Fit in Garden City, Idaho. And speaking of fabulous guests and sponsors, today I have Theresa Hardin on the show with Caldwell Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Theresa, how are you?
Hi, Andrea. Thanks for inviting me. This is exciting to
I
be able
know.
to talk about the chamber and things that are going on in our community.
It is exciting. Caldwell Chamber, I've always said, has been the best chamber in the Treasure Valley. You
Oh, thank
work
you.
really hard. So tell me a little bit, how long have you been with Caldwell Chamber?
This is my 8th year, if you can believe it, as the director. Was with it a year before that, so 9 years now with the Caldwell Chamber of
Wow.
Commerce. Yeah.
And you came from Texas, right? You ran with Chamber down there.
Came from a chamber in Texas, Lubbock Chamber of Commerce. They are the only chamber in the nation that has won Best Chamber in the nation and be accredited as a 5-star chamber twice. No other
Wow.
chamber has achieved that.
That's amazing. And I know you bought a lot of fun things from that chamber, which we'll talk about in just a second. But I want to mention, you just told me you had a radio show?
I used to have actually a couple radio shows in Texas. Yes, we did just what we're doing today. Talk about chamber, talk about our members. Also, we'd bring in members and introduce them to the community and things like that.
How fun. That's awesome. You learn something every time we do one of these shows. It's fun. Okay, so one of the things that you brought to the Treasure Valley was, I wanted to segue to this. You probably weren't even planning it, but it was the business dating. What is that?
Mega marketing.
Mega marketing.
Speed dating with
Yeah.
chamber members.
Now
yes.
all the chambers do it.
That's right. We've showed everybody how to do it.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that real quick. Is the one coming up for Caldwell?
We actually share with Nampa now and Meridian Chambers as well, and actually we had one April 28th, so the next one will not be up until October.
Okay.
But we try and get folks from any chamber, as long as they belong to their own local chamber, they can be part of this. We don't restrict you, and so we want you to come and have speed dating with chamber members, learn about other businesses. Usually it's about 40 to 46 people. It's a great way to spend half a day, have a lunch, and no one ever refuses you if you spend a whole morning with them and visiting. You can go back there often, and they'll open the door for you. So that's the whole point of it, is
Absolutely.
get people back in.
I've done it ever since you've been in the valley, and it's just an amazing way to meet other people. And you think it's not going to take you all day to meet 40 people, 30 seconds time, I think it is. It takes all day.
Pretty much. It really does, but there's a benefit to that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. Okay, so tell me a little bit about Caldwell Chamber. What's going on in Caldwell today?
Well, a lot of things. We are actually going to be celebrating, that we know of, 120 years in business. So we're one of the older chambers.
Yeah.
We will be having a gala September 28th, so we're encouraging people to come and help us celebrate that 120 years. We have some really strong committees. These committees have been in Caldwell for many years, but really, as a chamber, I think we make a huge difference. in our community, and that's the whole purpose of a chamber, is really to make sure that your community grows and prospers, both economically and new people coming in and family life and everything that goes on in a healthy community.
Now, if somebody doesn't really know what a chamber does chamber work tightly with politics and like the mayor and?
We do work with our city. We are not part of the city, and that a lot of people think that chambers are funded by the city. We are not. We are funded by members and also by the events we put on. And some chambers are more involved politically than others. We are becoming more involved. We've always had a really strong government affairs committee, and we have dealt with some issues that we felt affected our community, such as the Canyon County Fair when it was planning and proposing to move out of out of Caldwell, that we rose to the occasion and said that we were not happy with that and wanted our businesses to prosper from that fair being in our city. Another thing has been the transportation issue with I-84. We just recently have been talking to all our legislative representatives. We did not achieve the goal we wanted, which was a third lane on I-84, but we are working with them closely, and yes, we will be continually working closely to get that third lane.
Knowing you, I have a feeling there'll be a third lane in Caldwell, not too far in the future. Okay, there's a lot of chamber events. One of the things that I've noticed that you guys started was the trips to China, trips to Australia. Tell me about that.
We are actually, I think, the first chamber in this area to do that. We started 7 years ago when I first came back to the Chamber of Commerce in Caldwell. Other chambers do it all across the country. It's very popular. It's a non-dues revenue way of building more business and bringing in more people, also money for your community. And when the recession hit, Caldwell wasn't growing very much, and I was looking for something different and unusual that I could still bring dollars in that would give really good value to both our members and surrounding communities. And so we started first with an Ireland trip, and that was quite successful. We make a little bit of money from it because I do the majority of the work. And then we went to a China trip, which has become our most popular trip. And every 2 years we do a trip to China, and we have one coming up October 7th of this year for 10 days, and we have over 130 people right now that have signed up to go with us.
That's amazing. October 25th?
October 7th.
7th, okay. And if people want to find information about that, where are they?
They can call or email the Caldwell Chamber of Commerce, so we're at 208-459-7493, or they can email me, Hardin, Hardin, at caldwellchamber.org.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to say that number again. It's 208-459-7493, or T as in Tango, Hardin, Hardin, at caldwellchamber.org.
Correct.
And that's the trip to China. It's October the 7th, but you have another one as well.
We do. We have one to Australia. Normally we only do one trip a year, but because of the different type of a trip, this one is 17 days. Traveling to Australia and New Zealand, and it's going to both the North and South Islands of New Zealand. A lot of times when you do a trip to Australia and New Zealand, you'll only get to do one island, and so of course this is both, and it's 17 days. We have 20 folks signed up. The trip obviously is much smaller. Pricing is very different as well. But the tour company we use for that, we have done a trip to Croatia with them, and they did a fabulous job. So I know they'll do another good one for us.
Do you have pricing on that?
You're looking at about $8,000 a person, which sounds absolutely extremely expensive, and really isn't if
not
you compare
for 18 days.
No, not for 17 days. Okay. 17 days, and seeing both countries, and a number of air flights. Qantas flies them throughout the countries, and they'll be on a catamaran and snorkeling up in the Great Barrier Reef, and then they'll be down at Milford Sound in New Zealand, and I mean it's going to be a fabulous trip.
Wow. Okay, so we've got China and Australia. That's probably enough for a year. You don't have any more this year, right?
No, I'm actually looking at other trips right now for next year. We might do Poland. Poland is, for World War II history buffs, incredible. And it's a beautiful country, and we will actually see the majority of Poland, which is quite different. Sometimes when you go on a trip, you only get to see a section, or you only get to see the big cities. But this is going to be the Warsaw, Krakow, Poznań, Gdansk, all across Poland, and so it's quite the trip. We may also do, if we don't do Poland, Spain and Portugal trip. We haven't decided which one. one of the things we like to do is make sure that when we go to a country, we actually see more than just a big city, that people get to experience both the country life as well as the city life and learn the customs and have some fun, either baking bread or gingerbread or making something that is typically part of that country as well.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so that's just one little part of Caldwell Chamber, the trips. Tell me, why is it so important for a business to join the chamber, especially if they're in Caldwell?
You know, we're a small community, and who you know is, as always, very important. And the more you know someone, the more likely you're going to refer them, because you know when you put your name out and say, "Oh, I know so and so will do a good job for you," they will do it. And really, that's what Chamber does. Social media is really great. We use social media a whole lot. But when you know someone one-on-one, and for example, as you and I know each other now for probably 8-10 years, we know we can count on each other. We know that if we say, hey, so-and-so will do a job for you, it's going to get taken care of, and that person's going to be happy. Networking is huge for businesses, and also in a small community, it's really comes back to who you know, because not everybody comes to our community. So we're helping each other provide the economic development that we need.
And you have a lot of activities that your chamber does.
We do. We are a busy chamber.
You are a busy chamber.
We do Coffee Connects in the morning once a month, and that is where any business can come and introduce themselves and be part of that Coffee Connect. And we have a schedule that we put out on our website, so people can go to our calendar and on our website. Our website is updated almost daily, so you'll have current information on a regular basis. We do Facebook also. We're getting more involved in Twitter and Instagram and things like that. We also have a noon break luncheon that is once a month that brings in over 120 people every luncheon from all over the place, folks from the Boise area, Caldwell area, guests, speakers, things like that. We do business after hours events. Again, those are once a month and bring in a good crowd always. We do the mega marketing. We have committee meetings. We have a lot of different committees. Education, which is very involved with workforce development. How are we going to help our businesses who need to hire new employees? Where are these kids going to get the education for those jobs? Things like that. We get involved in that. Transportation committee, of course, that's covering all of our roadways and our airport and different things. We also have government affairs committee, travel and tourism committees. Just the agribusiness, we're an agricultural community, so very much involved with agriculture. Some of the new water issues that are going to be coming up, we are probably going to have guests coming in and speaking to our businesses and members so that they know what these issues will include and how it will affect their businesses.
Yeah, you guys are at every part of Caldwell community, and it's a beautiful thing. So if you're just joining us, we're talking with Theresa Hardin. She is, what's your title?
Executive Director.
Executive Director of Caldwell Chamber of Commerce in Caldwell, Idaho. We've talked about trips, a little bit about the importance of joining your chamber. What is the cost to join Caldwell Chamber?
Our dues right now are based on number of employees that you have, but majority of our businesses are small businesses, and as in most chambers, probably about 90% of our members are small business. So $235 for a year, so relatively inexpensive if you look at the marketing opportunities, the networking, the building your business, all those different types of things, being part of the community and making decisions about the community.
So correct me if I'm wrong, my math skills aren't that great. That's $20 a
About
month.
$20 a month for everything that we do.
Wow,
yeah.
That's an amazing deal. So sign up today. Go to www.caldwellchamber.org.
Yeah.
Okay, or give the office a call at 459-7493. One of the things I didn't hear you mention was wine. I know that Caldwell Chamber's been starting tours, or have they done it for several years? Tell me about that.
This year is our 8th year, wine tours, and it's on June the 2nd. It's the first Friday of the month of June, and that's because June is wine month in Idaho. So we start off. We've been doing it very successfully for 8 years. Cost is $30 for members and $35 for non-members. The wineries are awesome. They do not charge a tasting fee with our group, but we do ask everyone to consider purchasing a bottle of wine, and lunch is included. And so you'll have lunch at a winery, and then we travel to 4 different wineries.
Wow.
It's a great afternoon. It starts about 11:30 in the morning and ends at 5 o'clock. And those that want to stay can stay longer. We have some shuttle service, and some folks like to drive on their own. So we combine that and make sure we get everybody to the right place.
Okay, and that's June the 2nd. Let's see, Theresa, what are some of the other things you want to talk about today?
We have a fabulous dinner. It is dinner on the creek, and this will be our 4th year. It is pairing with a chef our wines that are in Caldwell area, and we have 14, 15 wineries now. And that dinner, we do it September, and it is on the 6th Avenue Bridge. And when you think about it, where can you have white tablecloth, linen, fine china, and wine, and a chef that will pair the food with the wines? It's a beautiful night. We have music also, and the night starts off with appetizers. And in the past, we've been able to have Horsewood Catering do the chefing, so the dinners have been fabulous. We may have a new chef this year who's coming into town, so it'll be exciting to have him. His name is Dylan Hutton, and we are hoping that the wine and the dinner will be again extraordinary. We charge $150 a person, and we sell out very quickly. We have people on waiting lists every year.
Wow.
But dinner on a bridge.
Yes, exactly.
How cool is that? And the music and everything else is just a really nice evening.
It is. Sounds beautiful. So speaking of the bridge, you guys have Christmas things going on every year too. A parade, a light show. The whole bridge is decorated. You're involved in all of that, aren't you?
We do. The city puts on some of the events. Winter Wonderland is what the city puts on, and it is the Thursday before Thanksgiving, or the Friday. I can't remember. I'm not sure. It's the Thursday or the Friday, so it's just before Thanksgiving. And that is a fabulous event. And then we put on the Treasure Valley Nightlight Parade, which is one of the few nighttime parades in this area. And it is one of the largest now. Last year we had 91 floats, huge floats, and we had over 40,000 people watch the parade. It was incredible. I walked the parade. The mayor and I walked the parade together this last year, and it was amazing to see the crowds and how many people were there.
So many people come out. We need more hot chocolate vendors, by the way, on the corners.
I have to agree.
Especially last winter.
Yeah, it was cold last year. It started to snow just a little bit after the parade, and it didn't stop till February. So we're hoping that that's not the same tradition for this year.
Exactly. Okay, so you have the dinner, you have Winter Wonderland with the nightlight parade coming out. I mean, honestly, summer's just starting, but I know it's going to fly by. You have all these events coming about trips. One thing we didn't mention is you are looking for a Caldwell business, a Canyon County business for the Coffee Connect.
Coffee Connects. We're still looking for in July and August if there's a business that would be interested in hosting a Coffee Connect. It's $75 and you provide coffee and breakfast items for everybody. It's from 8 to 9:30 in the morning. It gives people a chance to learn about your business, get to meet you, exchange business cards, and we usually average about between 25 and 40 people will attend those events, just depending on the location or the time of the year and things like that.
Yeah, it's a really nice time. I've been to a bunch of them.
Something else I didn't mention was Buckaroo Breakfast is coming up, and that is in August, and it is 5 days of breakfast coordinating with the rodeo, and of course we have one of the best rodeos in North America.
We do.
And it's a nighttime rodeo, and Buckaroo Breakfast at 6:30 in the morning, we start feeding folks pancakes, eggs, sausages, and all sorts of other wonderful things. There's entertainment, it's Western entertainment, and we do it from Tuesday through to Saturday. Saturday is Kids Day. Bring the kids out. There's all kinds of things for the kids to do, and they can take home their experiments and things that they have put together or painted and things like that.
And that's in August, correct?
It is August the 15th through to the 19th this year. It will be our 82nd year that we have coordinated it with the rodeo, and we're partners in that. They do the nighttime stuff and we do the morning breakfast.
I'm going to venture a guess that you might need volunteers for that.
We definitely need volunteers. The staff get up at 3:30 in the morning, and it's a long day for 5 days. So we do need all the help we can get. Businesses can sponsor, they can volunteer. We have all sorts of different sponsorships available for people, and again, they can just call us at the Chamber of Commerce. Some of the sponsorships are simply $100 sponsorship for a full week of being advertised as a table sponsor where people are having breakfast. So for $100, that's an awesome way to do it. We have 24 tables, and we would love to have 24 sponsors for that whole week. There's other sponsorships. You can sponsor milk. You can sponsor the grills. You can sponsor all sorts of different things. So.
And you don't need to be a Caldwell business to do that, do you?
No, we encourage other businesses to come to Caldwell and help us make events that are great.
We're all a big community, technically.
It's becoming that way
Yeah,
more and more.
It is. Okay, so we have the Buckaroo Breakfast. What else do you have going on? June, July, busy months for you?
No, I'm hoping that's it.
I know it's not.
we will probably find something more to do. You know, we have the rodeo bull contest also. Remember, we cut out the rodeo bulls and we sell them for $25. And the businesses decorate them, and we have a contest. And the rodeo board goes around and judges them, and then we have some awesome prizes for first to second prize and things like that. And it's gotten so competitive, though. It's become professional companies doing it as well as the schools or families doing it. So everybody can get involved and decorate a bull, and they'll start being ready next month.
I actually did a bull for one of your Caldwell Chamber clients at my sign company. So remember, that was a couple years ago.
Yeah,
so,
they're really interested in winning prizes.
They
too.
are. It's probably like a free donut or something, but they don't care, man. They are serious about their bull.
We actually give some really great scholarship or some prizes. We buy from local merchants $100 gift certificates, so that they get some good prizes. Something else we're doing, and we didn't mention, is our agribusiness committee this year, for the first year, is providing scholarships for students who in Canyon County want to further their education and go on in agriculture.
Oh.
And so this year we gave away 4 scholarships, one $1,000 one and 3 $500 ones, and that will be an ongoing program from now on, scholarships for our kids in Canyon County.
Okay, and people that want information about that would just check out your website again, right? CaldwellChamber.org?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. They could also call your office at 208-459-7493, correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, I know we've forgotten something. We have a couple minutes left.
We provide a chamber directory, so our members go in that, and we publish about 10,000 of those copies. We will run out of them by the end of the year. They go to our local businesses, or businesses can pick them up. We try and drop them off. We also have in the past few years, and again this year, provided a county map and a city map. There aren't any maps, but people, in spite of the fact that they use Google and iPhones and all the rest of it, still want a county or a large map that they can stretch out and, you know, mark off where things are important to you and things like that. So we provide that. We have a tourism center. We have tourists in Daly. We are seeing a lot of people relocating to this area, many coming from California. So we have many, many folks who put in brochures in our tourism section, and we help them find a good location for them to live and be part of this community.
Absolutely. Your whole front foyer area is just full of business information and connects. Now, do they get a map with membership? Is that correct?
Anybody can come in and get a
Anybody
map. They're all free, but they're very good maps.
Okay. I do remember that. So I'm talking with Theresa Hardin. We're about to wrap up our time here. She's with the Caldwell Chamber of Commerce, and I do want to mention she's also one of this show's sponsors at Treasure Valley Talk. Her telephone number is 459-7493. So if you're interested in any of the trips she mentioned, the China trip, the Australia trip, or maybe even putting a bug in her ear about where you want to go next year, 2018. Can you believe 2018?
No, but
Crazy.
that would be good. We love to get ideas.
And she's looking for volunteers for the radio breakfast, or
Buckaroo breakfast.
Buckaroo breakfast, rodeo breakfast in August. And if you're interested in any of the wine tours, there's one coming up in June, the
June
2nd,
2nd.
for $30. It includes lunch, and you can either follow the tour bus or get on it.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks so much for sponsoring us, Theresa, and thanks for being on the show. And I hope that you'll be on again in the next few weeks at least to talk about what's going on.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was fun.
Thanks. Okay, well, we're going to segue to our Tech Talk moment with Michael Montgomery. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Andrea.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Well, we've been talking about YouTube channel, Instagram. What's on the schedule today?
So last week we were talking about how to draw in traffic just by posting what you're working on Instagram. And I figured since we're talking a little more locally this time, it would be pretty interesting to talk about how to find local business or do business development, like find businesses to work with locally using Instagram. So last week we had talked about searching for hashtags on Instagram to see what other people were posting, to see what was working and what wasn't before you start using hashtags to hopefully draw in traffic to your content. This time we're going to turn it around and you're going to be the person searching for the content. when you open up the Instagram app at the bottom, there is a little search icon that you can tap on. Go ahead and hit that. And then at the top, it will give you the option to search for local tags, or you can search by your location to find businesses and people who use the app locally. Once you've done that, you can type in Caldwell, Nampa, Boise, wherever you're located at. Search for that, and then it will, just like with the hashtags last week, and if you're wondering what that's all about, we actually post a recap of these on our website, so you can go back and refresh your memory. But it will show you a grid of the top 9 most requested, most viewed, most liked pieces of content on Instagram for that particular geolocation, or for that hashtag that you search for. Maybe it was Nampa businesses or handmade in Idaho, something like that. You'll want to go and look at those top performers. Those are people that are locally crushing it on Instagram. They're doing a great job. They could be a great person for you to go and contact for advice on how to do better yourself for your own business. It could be someone who is making a product or service that would be very complimentary to your audience, and maybe you guys could work together to create a workshop or a product together. It could just be someone to network with that you get to know better. Maybe you don't have time to go out to one of the in-person events. Maybe all you have is 5 minutes while your kids are at ballet practice to sit on your phone and see what other people are doing. You can use that as an opportunity to meet other business owners who are actively pursuing their businesses online, and get to know them, get them to know you, see if you can provide them any value, and then when they have someone saying, hey, do you know anyone that builds a website, or I'm trying to, get more money through my Facebook page, what do I do? If that's something you do and you've gotten to know these people and they know that you do it, we refer business to people we know, like, and trust, so you'll be top of mind for them. They'll refer people to you. But it's a great way to meet other people, and when you do not have a lot of time to get out, something that I'm currently going through right now, having a newborn and a toddler and all this crazy stuff going on in my life, it's a lot easier to hop on my phone and get to know some of the local businesses. So that's my advice. Find some local businesses, look at the top 9 that are performing well, and scroll down, see who's actively posting right now, and get to know some of your local businesses online. And then when you do go to one of the chamber events, you're going to see faces you recognize, and it'll be that much easier to walk up to someone. I know that my issue is a little bit of social anxiety, going up and talking to people that I've never met before, but when I see a face that I've been chatting with on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, it's so much easier to go and talk to people.
Definitely. So we're talking with Mike Montgomery. This little segment's called Tech Talk. We do have classes. If you're interested in signing up, our website address is www.treasurevalleytalk.com, and click on the classes button. We will be doing YouTube channel, how to create a YouTube channel, how to record your videos and edit them.
Yeah, all of the basics, all the way up to actually marketing the content and drawing in potential customers for your business.
Instagram, Facebook, all forms of social media. If you are a business owner, you really need to be on the social media platforms with your business, and just posting what you ate for lunch is not what we want you to do.
Unless you've already developed a relationship with someone, they probably don't want to see that you had a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. So it's how to properly strategize to do it at low cost. And again, if you're the business owner, maybe you're not the one that should be doing it, and have an employee do it. So you could bring in your employees. We could train them. We'll be having classes monthly. And again, treasurevalleytalk.com. Click on the classes link. And we are about out of time.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Montgomery, thanks for joining. And Theresa, again, Caldwell Chamber of Commerce. We really appreciate having you on the show.
Thanks, Andrea. It was fun to be here.
Bye-bye.
So, I need to sign up for my employee for those classes.
Okay.
So what do I do? What's the website? Do you have a pen?
Well, it's Treasure Valley Talk, but I'll send you the link because
Send
we're
me the
actually
link.
loading it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do that, and I may come too, but I will definitely sign up. Okay.
Yeah, he's a great nerd ball to have around.
Yeah.
Well, we need to learn, and we do okay, but we need to be better.
And if you guys, if it gets down to sending someone to the class, we're going to be doing them at the Boise Tech Mall for the in-person stuff for now, until we find a venue over in Nampa and probably Caldwell as well.
Nampa's our goal.
If you need, we can just show up and show you in person, sit down and do coaching one-on-one. So
Okay.
whatever.
Well, I
works.
definitely want to sign her up. I'm looking for staff also. So,
Okay.
But if you know of anybody that likes to do project and events and get up at 3:30 in the morning, and
Yeah.
How old do they have to be?
I don't care how old I want, but I want somebody with event experience. I don't want to, well, let's put it this way. I'd be willing to train somebody, but they've really got to want to be there.
Yeah, because I've got a workaholic daughter that's supposed to work for a company, but the company is not. The company might be splitting. So
Projects and events, you know the project and event
Yeah.
position. And that when we have rotation all the time, because people don't realize how much work there is. It's also going to be membership, so they can make some additional dollars later on.
so it's not
but
part time. It's like a full time
It's a
thing.
full-time
Okay,
position.
yeah, that's not her.
Give
No.
me a baby backpack and I'll just bring the newborn. She has me at 3 a.m. anyways.
But
Seriously. And Danielle sleeps right through it.
Because she knows you're there. When I knew Randy would be taking care of it, I'd sleep right there too. Yeah, whatever.
yeah, you have to balance it out.
You've got
Yeah,
it.
Get him, honey.
fair's fair.
I change
All
the
right.
diaper while she makes the bottle.
We will send you a link on that.
Yes, I mean, because definitely I will have Colleen signed up, and I may even sign up also just so that I can know it too.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds
so
wonderful.
cool. Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
fun. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll have you back on in a couple months. I know that sounds close, but
That's
you know, you're a sponsor and there's stuff to talk
Right,
about.
and
So